Hello and welcome to Six Senses. We are living in the last days. You and me, but you. That's right. Time is ticking. Okay, today I want to make myself clear on this Cash App thing I got. I want to explain to you my purpose, God's purpose, to help the homeless, to open up a place like. That's why I said on my other live stream, I said 95% is going back to people on Cash App. 100% is basically going to help people because 5% by collecting 5% is going to be placed to the side for the homeless. Try to open up an Amazon size building, at least half of that, convert it into 2 stories and put a bunch of rooms in it. And it's going to have rules. Put a bunch of rooms on both floors, top and bottom. Cameras in the hallways. Metal detectors coming in the door. Guards. And get to stay up in there for 2 years. So they can have a resident to be able to go job searching again. They'll be able to catch the bus. Everybody will be searched. Everybody. In and out. They free to come and go as they please if they want to leave. This is not jail. You can, if you want to leave, you don't like it, whatever happened, by us being together to make it happen, I'm gonna have detectives and everything. They're gonna be searched. Their luggage will be searched every time they come back through that door because I don't need nobody to that's on drugs undercoverly to be sneaking in those crack rocks through a Twinkie or something up in the stuffing of it, the white part, the filling. People do all kinds of crazy stuff. I know, like I say, I'm from the streets of St. Louis. People do all kinds of stuff, and I know people in my family. They criminal mind is something else. Yeah, I want to put basketball court, different activities, tennis, handball, even a swimming pool. It's going to be like paradise for them. And I have a beautiful name for the building if it's ever happen through you all help. Once you start, because ain't nobody put in $1 yet. But God got a purpose for me, and I'm going to continue to try my best to get this out, get this started. I'm not going to give up because that's giving up on God. God needs soldiers. He don't need nobody that's going to lose the faith and go the other way. So I'm going to keep my faith. That's why I said he's trying to show you something. Have anybody ever go back to the second programming and see him revealing himself at the end? Like I said, that wasn't my doing. You can look at it like it's a just camera stuff they do and make stuff look real and stuff. I don't know how to do that stuff. I'm not no movie guy, no director or nothing. You know, Like I say, I don't know if he lighting these steps up right now. There go my hands. I don't know what he's doing. But he did it that night. I mean, I went and looked back and I seen how my lighting and stuff wasn't like what I'm looking at right now. It was getting dark and it was doing all kind of stuff. And I was like, what the? That wasn't what I was looking at, you know? And my dog was acting crazy. I had to tell him to be quiet by pointing at him. And the whole time he started whining because he seen this. And right here in the back of me. Y'all may not believe it, but I'm telling you, honest to God truth, he's trying to get through and giving you hints because he know this, what I'm doing. He's trying to let you know to do what he's asking me to do. Hey, I probably put the cash up one more time. And then I'm gonna let God take the wheel. You know, I'm gonna let God take the wheel. So if y'all like it or whatever, I haven't got no likes or nothing. You know, I guess people don't believe. You know, well, it is what it is. But you know, y'all get the picture. I hope. You know, I'm trying to help people. I wanted to talk about how to keep your child from getting hurt and harmed out here in these streets. You know, God, God hands. You know, when we was young, we ain't never have to go through what y'all going through now. All this single mom and stuff and single dads and people not sticking together like a family as a unit. You know, I'm a man. I'm holding my family tight. Me and my wife, we have our disagreements, ups and downs and stuff, but not to the extreme to where we leave each other. You know, for what? To think it's something better out there? It's not. Get one person and settle down. Get somebody halfway decent. You don't have to get no uh 6'5" tall man and all that look like Prince, you know, hazel brown eyes. I remember back in school, the girls wanted them kind of guys, hazel brown eyes and smooth skin and same girl. I bet you he can make a good baby, a beautiful baby and stuff, you know. And then end up with 4 or 5 of his kids and stuff, and then find out school is over. He grown and he ain't no good. Because he think he a pretty boy, he can run around and do all of them. And got kids at home he's not taking care of. That's because ain't nobody going to the church. Nobody going to the proper teachings. Nobody going to God. Leaning to your own understanding. Men are not leading. You definitely not leading when you start off young. Because you're too wild. You don't know no better. You're still growing. You're not going to be a man until you follow God. I don't care how much money you got, how cool you think you is, all that. You're not going to really truly become that man until you follow God. You know? That's why I wasn't a man until I followed God. I always had a good heart, but I wasn't using it right. You can have a good heart by being a dope dealer. But it's the devil's work. Dope dealers got good heart. They do things and sell drugs and to feed their family. What about other people's family? They all are your brother and sister, even though you didn't come from the same mother. But these days, they don't care if they sell their stuff to their mama. It's crazy. You know, I grew up with 4 brothers. 4. Well, 3. I made 4. My oldest brother, that's a year older than me, he passed away. May God rest his soul and may he make it to heaven. You know, he favored me. A lot of people, when I was in the funeral, they was like, they seen him all over again. My brother, but he was into church and he was into God. You know, God wants us to be holy. He didn't send 12 disciples out to teach different things. He sent them out to teach one thing. And they all taught the same thing. He said, be holy. That's why I don't argue with nobody about religion and all that. All I know is to be holy. That's it. All that's you got yours and I got mine. Hey, I got God. I'm just being holy. That's all I'm saying. You know. Now the way to keep your child out of danger is to a man find to the men first. When you find a woman, guide her to the right teachings of a church. Like I said, not to no club, not to no orgy party, not even to dinner. Take her to church on a date first. And then, once you see, then y'all can go to dinner after church. How about that? Now, if they don't want to go into church like, oh, soon they get to the building like the Exorcist or something, you know what's up. Or if they tell you over the phone, nah, I don't want to go to church. Why you want to go to church on a date? Why not? You ain't going to truly have fun until you in the Lord's house. People in church have fun. The fun that you think you having turns into misery over time. As when you get older and older, now you end up you're an alcoholic and you don't need drugs because you're going to these clubs and all that runs out. You end up an old dude still going to a club trying to tell the young men, you know, how it used to be. Stay out the club, especially when you're my age. What you in the club for? It's their turn now. You know? But when I was young, me and my brothers, we used to have fun. We used to have fun. Straight up, man, we used to have fun. I don't see no kids on the streets no more having fun. Back when we used to grow up playing catch a girl, get a girl, all that stuff. Buttermilk, sweet milk, up against the light pole. Y'all know the one that grew up with, you know. We used to ride our bikes, the girls be out on the street playing double dutch. I mean, you don't even see that no more because there's too many thugs hanging, talking about from this state block and getting the blocks shot up and everything. So the kids don't even have fun these days like that no more. They all up in the house. And then they coming out these single parent houses and they don't have nobody to play with and they bump into the wrong crowd. And they want to hang around that stuff they see on live streaming and Instagram and all this stuff. They watching the wrong things and they want to go out there and play around with those type of people, you know? So parents are afraid when they're single and they're keeping their kids in the house, telling them to stay in the house, don't come out until I get home from work. But by you being single, you're not protected. People that go to church, you look, oh, church going folk and this and that. Yeah, they protected. Don't you see them take their family with them? Husband, wife, kids. God will give you what your heart desires if you follow him. He will give you what your heart desires. I promise you. You know, these kids out here today, they're not protected. They don't have a father in the house. Mother gone to work. They sneaking out the house. They sneaking kids in the house, don't belong in the house, just running all over the mother. And she trying her best. But if these men would guide them to church, if you want her to be your baby mama and all that, get married first and guide your family to church. You can have the best fun in many ways. Stop looking to have fun like Hip Hop Atlanta. You can live a decent, godly life and still do the same thing, basically. Ain't nothing saying you can't go travel and go places with your husband and your family. It's better than going places by yourself or with your boy, your man friend and your girlfriend. You still single when you do that. Everybody's single. Go with your family. Have a fun vacation with your family. These kids don't got nobody, don't got no family. They don't got no brothers, no sisters and stuff. You know? They're not together. I used to look forward to get home from school and go play in the streets and have fun with my brothers. I ain't have to go out here and find no game. Me and my brothers then was the game. Didn't nobody play with us. No, we was a gang ourselves. My mother had 4 boys, and she was protected by 5 men. My father and us 4. And she was riding in a limo because she didn't have to do nothing. My father took care of everything, but they still went places. They still had fun together. They wasn't looking for all this rich stuff, you know, want the top things in life. They wasn't looking for that. They was cool. They was all right. And we was living fine and happy. You know. My mother wasn't looking for a man with 6 figures and all that kind of stuff. My father, he made decent money as a fireman. He kept food in the icebox. He kept clothes on our backs. And we had fun. I mean, we used to travel all the way to, like, in St. Louis, we have a place called Forest Park. We used to travel all the way to Forest Park on the train track. And we wasn't no more than about 7 or 8 years old. Didn't nobody mess with us. You can't even let your kids do that these days, run train tracks and stuff like that. You know, we go all the way to Forest Park and jump in this water fountain that they had right next to the zoo and swim and stuff. You know, we had fun. Now everybody, you know, hanging out on the street, blocking the kids from playing, claiming a block that don't belong to nobody but the white man at the same time. We don't own nothing. Now, when I say that, I'm not prejudiced. I'm just saying it like it is. You know, you don't own nothing. Talking about this your block. This ain't your block. Police come down that block and lock everybody up. Your block. No, it ain't your block. Telling people they can't come on your block or be in your hood. Man, this is planet Earth. A man should walk wherever he wants to on planet Earth. This God planet. This don't belong to you. Whatever happened to the dream of having a husband and the man, when he was a boy, wanted to have a wife? You know? Remember you used to play house? And then you had a husband with kids, and you used to make them little mud pies and stuff and try to get us to eat it. Eat this. Little bitty kids, you know. We was little, playing house. Them days gone. Kids play house by themselves now. Nobody to play with. Can't go outside and do it because your kid might end up shot in the backyard or something. Somebody jumping the fence, running behind somebody, shooting. All this kind of stuff. Like I was saying, the best way to save the children is to not divorce, keep the family unit together. That's where the power come in at. Keep it together. And if more families start doing that, we'll start respecting each other, next door neighbors, kids playing together again. All that. Stop looking for something that you see on TV that the so-called rich folks got. Stop trying to live like the Jones people, keeping up with them. I mean, I'm sure everybody have a dream of being rich and stuff. I had them dreams. I wanted that stuff, you know. But this right here, believing in the Lord and walking with the Lord, is bigger than that. Keeping your kids safe by having families come back together, stand together, where the father is in the house, treating his woman right, guiding her right is the key. Guide her to a church and stay with God. Once you come outside of that force field, once you in there with God, once you step out, the wolves are waiting on you. The devil, he's waiting on you. So you say, yeah, gotcha. You know, peer pressure. Your friends, your partners. Ah, man, you ain't nothing no more. Ah, man, she got your head. All that junk. Forget all that. Avoid that. Because half the time, most of them won't get with them. Watch your back. That happened to me one time, listening to somebody. My brother and them like, man, you should go and buzz his head. I said, no, I ain't gonna go and buzz. My father said, boy, don't you do that. He said, you listen to that boy tell you back to get your woman, your girlfriend. He said, if you hadn't listened to him, if next time somebody say something like that to you, if they ain't bending over, giving you none of, you know, that's what the way he was saying it. Don't listen to them because they be after what you want, what you got. And he ain't lying. 9 months later, they was pushing a baby down the street because I'm listening to these guys out here. They want what you got, just like women. The women want what they friend got. They husband or whatever. Bunch of backstab. Stop hanging out with. Once you get married, your friends change. Like I tell my wife, if they're not following God, they're not married, I'm not hanging with them. You got to have your own husband, your own wife. Y'all got to you got to be married if we're gonna be a group. If we go out on a double date, You got your wife, I got mine. That's why I tell my wife. Because one time she tried to get me to go hang out with her and all her friends. I say, nah, nope, ain't no men there. I don't want to be there. Why would I be there? Hanging out with a bunch of single women? No. And I'm the only man? No. Can't do that. That's the way you bring families back together. Stand together. Going to church with God. You know? Yeah, like I was saying, go back and look at my video because I need you all to start donating at least $1. I'm gonna show this cash out one more time, and then I'm gonna let the chips fall where they may. Uh, I'm not going. I'm gonna let go and let God do the rest of His work. If you go back there and look at the video, you'll see what I'm talking about. When He opened up a portal, you'll see it was starting slowly but for sure. It got bigger and bigger. And right before I ended, that thing just opened up and all light was in the back of me. And I didn't know where that came from. Only thing I can say that was God. He put that opening of heaven up on my wall, behind my back, and I did not know nothing. So that's why I say ain't no sense in me putting it the sun like the heavens open, you know, ain't no sense in me putting that up there now. Because he might do it again. I don't know. He might do it again. So I'm gonna leave that just like it is. It could be a doorway. I probably ended up with a doorway. I don't even know. But look at that video. It blew my mind. And it really made me say, man, that was God. In order for that to happen and my dog to act like he act, that was God. He trying to show y'all you believe it or it's the same thing. People, they didn't believe in Jesus Christ. But people love the devil. They love somebody that really can go to the chapters and name a chapter off the top of their head to go to. And then tell them parts of it and then start lying to them. And they'll get money. People be sending them $500, $200, $50 and all that. And he be buying him yachts. That's what I'm talking about. But her God is asking through me for am I worth $1? God. And he can work through me. I told you I'm not a pastor. Just because I get on this don't mean I'm a pastor. I'm not a pastor. I just like to look heavenly when I speak about heaven. I'm not going to wear no dark one like Darth Vader. I want to be in white, like what might be in heaven. The beauty of white and bright, you know. But people are sending them real crooks, they're sending them some money, big money, but won't even send $1 because they believe in what's about to happen here and what God just showed on the video I'm telling you about. He don't even come to those programs like he did here in this room by myself. God was in his room and my dog felt it. Look at that video. It's 22 minutes on there. Look at that video. I mean, man, it shocked me. But I come to terms to know who that was. Had to be. This is my last time showing this Cash App. And I guess what you all likes, and I'm gonna let go and let God have the wheel. And I'm gonna sit back, and maybe if it get enough likes and y'all want me to come back one day, I will. But I don't know what to say. I'm gonna keep trying though. But I need to see some kind of improvement. I tell you this. The first person that hit this phone with this Cash App, I'm gonna sit right here on the screen and send you $10. $1. Trust it. Look, watch. I have no problem. Get this Cash App down. Look for Tony Horman. $1. And watch why I'm telling you. Watch. Tony Horman. If you don't see that name, it's not God. The first one hit this phone. If you got Cash App, my Cash App family, try me. I'm waiting. You need to say it again. God moving in mysterious ways. He's trying to show you, trying to tell you something, trying to help you, trying to keep you from what's about to happen in the world. Starvation, things getting shut down, food stamps, everything, poverty, all that's about to happen. And this a new way to help out, to help with the bills. I'm not playing with God. God got me doing this. Is God worth a dollar? Ain't nobody hit the Cash App yet. Hey, Stairway to Heaven. Let's do it together. We're gonna walk one step at a time. Well, anyway, I'm about to go because ain't nobody hit the Cash App. And if you all want me back, I'll be able to tell by looking at the videos I put out and the likes and the views and stuff like that. Meanwhile, may God bless you. And hopefully I'll see you in the future. God bless you. Take it easy. Go back and look at the video and see God's work. And let's start this. Love you, brothers and sisters. White, black, Mexican, it don't matter.